welcome to a Can Capture's Live and Digital Special. I'm here with Tara Hughes, who's VP of Client Management at Jellyfish. Tara, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's off-cam, we've just established that we live very close to one another in the
do.
UK. So you have to fly to other countries to see people who are around the corner.
Exactly.
One of the odd things about working in media. So just to kick off, it'd be great if you could tell us a bit about yourself and the role you play at Jellyfish and what's going to be hot for Jellyfish in Cannes this year.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm VP of Client Management. So my role is to look after some of our biggest clients.
Yeah.
I also have a portfolio of clients that other members of the client management team look after.
Yeah.
So my remit is more in the creative space.
Yeah.
And I look after some of our biggest sort of European market brands. Hot for Jellyfish, we're part of the AdTech group, which is all about AI. So we are all about AI, and we're really like sort of leading the way in that space with some amazing proprietary tech that I actually use with my clients.
This is what I was going to That's so cool because I'll come back to so first question versus last year. Where do you think we've come if you just use last year as a measure from AI last year to where we are today?
I think it's more real now. I think brands are actually embracing it. And it took a while. I remember clients that I'm having active AI conversations with now were very adverse to it this time last year. And you know, there were lots of legal conversations around brand safety, etc. But I think it's moved on so much that actually they know they need to embrace it. They can't not embrace it. And, you know, people like AdTech have done so much to kind of get brand safety as part of what the offering is. So therefore they're kind of feeling a little bit more comfortable with it.
Yeah, it's really cool. And so AI has absolutely been the hot topic this year. It was spoken about last year, but I think as a word that people were using, and I'm sure it was, you know, deeper than, I know it was deeper than that. But I'm just interested to hear about use cases. You mentioned use cases with clients, but what I would love to hear about is, and I'm also intrigued about is, you mentioned you're using AI in your job too. So sorry to ask two questions.
That's okay.
But how do you see AI benefiting the team at Jellyfish by way of, you know, use cases and productivity gains as well as your customers?
Yeah, so I think we use it as we obviously have to be very careful with how we use it so that we're not, you know, plugging IP into you know, into the big wide AI world, but just from an efficiency perspective, you know, writing up notes from meetings, you can chuck them in rough from a meeting and you get, you know, a lovely contact report back from clients that normally would take an account manager sort of half an hour to do. So it's just like, you know, small things like that I think are really making space for people to be able to sit back and actually do what they're supposed to be doing for their clients, which is think about the future and how can we be a good partner to them. So that from sort of an operational perspective. And then in terms of the clients that I'm using some of our AI tools on, have a I don't know if I can say client names.
No.
I should have asked you that before, Hannah.
We're definitely not going to edit that out, by the way. Some clients.
Yes, so some clients.
Which ones?
So I have a client that we use our pencil tool.
Yes, one of the AdTech acquisitions.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's incredible the speed and scale that it can produce assets that are on brand, that are brand safe.
So it's pencil creative.
Yes, so it's essentially a production tool that you plug in all of your brand, you know, user guides, etc. into, plus brand creative. So if, for example, you've got an above the line campaign that has a specific image and a specific, you know, tagline, etc., and you need variations, then it does all of that. But it also does generation as well. So it's very much alongside a human designer.
Yeah.
But it's a tool that just speeds up that process massively. And there's in beta at the moment, there's sort of additional plugins that are going to essentially just make that process even better and smoother so that everything's done within the tool. So,
very cool.
It's really cool.
It's exciting. And how do your clients feel about it?
Yeah, great. Like they came to us with that as a brief that they wanted to use AI for production. It's a big brand that pumps out, you know, thousands of assets.
Yeah.
Particularly when they're doing a brand campaign. So it was very much about an efficiency and scale, you know, KPI for them. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's really interesting to hear you talk about the AdTech group. So it sounds like there's lots of collaboration between the acquisitions over the last, you know, I mean, it's been 5, 6, 7, 10-year journey. But so where is AdTech at as working collaboratively as one?
Yeah, hugely so. One of my biggest clients, I actually work in partnership with Gravity Road.
Okay.
So and we genuinely, it's like one team. So
Yes.
So I run the account and I use creative from Gravity Road, strategist from Jellyfish. So it really is like, to the client, they probably wouldn't be able to say, oh, I think that person's a Gravity Road person, that person's a Jellyfish person, because we genuinely all work really closely.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's great being able to tap into a broader network of people.
Yes.
You know, and you just use the skills that are relevant to solve the client problem and
serve better.
Yeah, exactly. And in my job, that's what it's all about. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you'll have time, because I'm sure you've got a packed schedule, but away from AI and what's on Jellyfish's agenda, is there anything else you'd like to learn about or hear about this week?
I actually went to a really interesting talk yesterday with Laurie Meakin.
Yeah.
It was at the Empower Cafe,
Yeah.
And she was talking about masculinity in the ad industry.
Yes.
And I found that really, really interesting, because there's also the I don't know if you've seen the pink pods that they've set up.
Yes.
For sort of female safety. And there was a bit of me that was like, if we're having to set up pods for female safety, why is Laurie Meakin not on the main stage? Because we need to be solving the problem rather than finding a solution to.
It's a workaround, isn't it? It's kind of. I thought that too. I mean, it's really important to have those spaces.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing, and also it's a significant problem that has to be created.
Exactly. So and I think there's a lot about neurodiversity that I'm seeing on agendas, so I'm going to try and tap into that
absolutely,
kind of stuff as well.
It's so important.
Yeah.
And out of interest, with Cannes, so it's only actually my second Cannes, but I think like LinkedIn versus reality when it comes to work versus, I think the perception might be, very boozy, very kind of out and about. Where do you think we are in terms of reality?
Well, it's my first Cannes.
Yeah.
So so far, I think it's a good balance.
Yes.
But I think you could make it one or the other.
It's how you play
I think you could literally sit on your laptop. I could sit at Brandtech all day and be working and having lots and lots and lots of meetings. Or you could go the other way and not plan anything and just go and party.
Yeah, so balance.
I'm hoping to find somewhere in the middle where I get a bit of. I did go for a run with Mo Farah this morning, so I'm just going to name drop that one.
Second person told me that, and I'm really disappointed. I went for a run by myself. I was like,
what?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So yeah, I think you could, tapping into the things that interest you and make it fun that way.
Yeah, for sure. But I think most people I speak to do find that balance actually. It's such a great opportunity to actually have lots of meetings you wouldn't usually have. There's so much value in that, and also there's you said you called it, you can do it both ways, but there is actually seeing people running, seeing people swimming in the sea. There's a really nice mix, but it's what you choose to do.
Yeah, completely.
Cool. All right. Well, good luck for us, Cannes. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much.